Hi, it's Pastor Vince from Clergy in Support of the Second Amendment, and today I want to talk to you about a grave threat to our gun rights, one that the NRA has tried to head off. This threat is HR3999, and its twin in the Senate. This bill is labeled as a bump stock ban, yet it does not even mention the word bump stocks. Indeed, the bill is written so broadly that it could absolutely be used to ban semi-automatic rifles as we know them today. I'm going to read to you the bill in its entirety except for the sentencing provisions. H.R. 3999 to amend Title 18 United States Code to prohibit the manufacture, possession, or transfer of any part or combination of parts that is designed and functioned to increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic rifle, but does not convert the semi-automatic rifle into a machine gun, and for other purposes. The Senate bill is virtually identical, and it's written by Senator Mr. and Mrs. America, hand them all in, Feinstein. The problems with this bill are many and massive. The consequences we cannot tolerate. First, the bill is sweeping in its scope. That little word "any" is the first problem. That tells us that the intent is to go far beyond bump stocks and trigger cranks. The authors could have looked at the devices that are out there to simulate full auto fire and define these devices. They specifically chose not to do this. This fact is the basic reason why, no matter what you may think of bump stocks, and I personally am not a fan, no matter what you think of bump stocks, we must oppose this bill. Second, the term rate of fire is left undefined. That means some future court decision will tell us what rate of fire means. Given how many courts have ruled on gun rights, I find that frightening, and you should too. Third, there are no exceptions made. I've read a lot of gun control bills. I'm from California, and I can tell you that it is common for these bills to include language that makes it clear that the bill does not ban or apply to, and then there's a list of what it doesn't ban or apply to. In this case, there should be a list of things someone might see as increasing the rate of fire, but that the authors do not want to ban. The entire bill, as I said, except for sentencing provision, is what I read earlier. There are no exceptions in the bill. Fourth, there is the specific inclusion of devices that have other purposes. That means that even if the device in question has other lawful and legitimate purposes besides increasing the rate of fire, it's still banned. So, besides bump stocks and trigger cranks, what other things would be banned by this bill? Well, many other people have pointed out that various trigger devices, from duplex or binary triggers to even lighter target triggers, are going to be banned by this bill. Why? Because it makes it easier to fire a lot of rounds in semi-auto very quickly. It increases the rate of fire of a semi-auto rifle. However, those devices are just the beginning, and in order that you get the message here, I'm going to hold up something that absolutely would be banned by this bill. I've got it right here. That's right. This bill bans detachable magazines. Zero question, folks, that it bans them. Here's why. What is the purpose of this magazine? It has one purpose. Whether it's this 30 or whether it's California legal 10-round magazine, it's got one purpose. It enables me to reload my rifle quicker so I can fire quicker. I mean, you can reload a rifle with loose rounds, right? So this is an improvement on that. It is a device designed to increase the overall rate of fire of a semi-auto rifle. So if this bill passes, one of the first things that I predict these anti-gunners are going to do is they're going to go after detachable magazines and say that this law bans them. And they'll be right as far as the language of the law is concerned. But it gets worse. It gets worse, folks. Let's say that you've got an SKS with a fixed magazine. Had one when I was in California. Perfectly legal under California law. Fixed magazine, 10 rounds, perfectly legal. Well, under this law, that rifle would still be perfectly legal, but if you happen to have some stripper clips for it, what do? They enable you to reload that rifle faster. Therefore, they increase the overall rate of fire of a semi-automatic rifle, and they're banned. In fact, if you have some 5-round stripper clips for your Mauser or your Springfield or some other bolt-action rifle, you've got some 5-round stripper clips, there are semi-auto rifles that use those same stripper clips. Therefore, since that is designed to increase the rate of fire of a semi-auto rifle, doesn't matter whether you have a semi-auto rifle, those stripper clips now make you a felon. It's pretty bad. And this bill must be stopped, or at least completely rewritten, so that the authors make it clear what it applies to. Unless you want everything I've just talked about to happen. And by the way, it might not happen immediately. It might not happen immediately. It may happen when the next administration comes in that's anti-gun. This will be sitting on the shelf for them to use, not just to ban bump stocks and trigger cranks and things that really simulate full auto fire. It's going to be there to be used to ban magazines and to effectively ban semi-auto rifles as we know them. So contact your congressmen and your senators today. Tell them this bill is completely unacceptable in the form it is in now, because it bans much more than they say it bans. Now there's an easy way to do this. Just email them. It just takes 5 minutes to do. And you don't even have to talk to anybody. You need to tell them that this is a Trojan Horse bill, and that it will ban devices owned by millions upon millions of law-abiding Americans. You want to send them an email? I hope you do. Just go to the website democracy.io. Democracy.io. You'll see a form there. You put in your name, or put in your address, not your name. Just put in your address, and it'll pop up with either a way to directly email your representatives, or it'll come up with a link to where you can click on that link and go directly to that representative's email page. Put in your email and make yourself heard. Come on. You can even use copy and paste. In fact, I'll put a suggested note, suggested language in the description of this video and in the Facebook link to this video. You can copy and use that with my blessing, or you can write your own. But don't put it off. Do it today. Let them know that we're not going to let this one slip through. Thanks, everybody, for watching this. And remember, it's the Second Amendment that protects all the others. God bless, and have a great day.